insanity. Oh, that is crazy. Hello, how you doing? It's so weird being on camera, especially on YouTube, because there's times where I have all these ideas that make sense in my head and I want to get them out, but then when I'm in front of the camera, I don't know where to start, where to go. I don't even have a script. I'm one of those people where I've done a lot of public speaking throughout the course of my life, and normally when you get on stage in front of thousands of people, you want to have a script that you follow so you don't get off topic. Well, that's not me, babes. I think that if you really want to get the message out, if you want to create impact, you just get on that stage, wherever you are, and you just speak from the heart. And that's something that I would like to achieve, especially with this channel. So I'm just gonna speak from the heart. I haven't done a vlog in a long time, and you're probably like, Camille, where are you? What's going on? Well, the truth is this, babes. I'm learning the importance of rest.
I don't care if you made the biggest mistake in your life, that you talked in class or you got a pink slip or you didn't do well in a test, you're still worth it. That's how life works. It just is. You are born worthy.
And that's something that's been very difficult for me to achieve. I think rest should be a goal, especially for a lot of women, particularly Black women, because it feels like we've been programmed and conditioned to only rest when we believe that we've achieved something and we've proven ourselves worthy of rest. And I think that's so backwards. Rest is the most radical thing a woman can do, especially in a world that's constantly busy, that's constantly moving forward. We should be able to have that time for ourselves. I've been kind of off the grid. I've just been in my own sacred layer, which it took me a long time to cultivate and create for myself. And I want to be in that space for as long as I can. And if you look around, everything in my house, it reflects me. It's very sacred. It's very sensual. It's very feminine. And that's something that I want to continue to cultivate throughout my life. I've been going through what you call an ego death. Do y'all know what that is? If not, it's okay, baby. An ego death is where, as human beings, our egos are very fragile, right? It holds up a false perception of ourselves, and we want to protect and preserve it as much as we can. However, if you really want to grow, develop, elevate, ascend in any way, shape, or form, you have to go through that ego death where you have to let your ego just fall off a cliff and shatter to the ground. Now, normally what happens is that when we do have our egos shattered, we want to do everything possible to make sure that it doesn't shatter. We're juggling with it, right? We want to hang on to it. We want to keep possession of it as much as we can. But in order to undergo that transformation, you have to let your ego take a hit. As a matter of fact, I think I did that after I went to therapy during the pandemic. Baby, that was hard. I need to go through this. I need to let my ego fall and shatter to a million pieces. When our ego shatters, we get down on our knees and we want to put the pieces back together. So in that way, there will be something that we can just take and move forward with. But with ego death, you can't do that. You grieve for as long as you can until at some point you need to move on. And the best part about moving on is that you get to create a new version of yourself. I have an app on my phone. It's the Google Photos app. And I'll get a notification. It shows you throwback videos and photos that you took from X number of years ago. I have noticed a significant difference. When I look at myself 5 years ago, I see a woman who was very unsure of herself, of who she wanted to be. She was insecure and she craved validation and she wanted to be loved by other people. And when you want to be loved by other people, you tend to seek that love from people who don't actually love you. They just like to keep you around because of the benefits that you provide. And that was me. And that fueled my ego. However, fast forward to now, I see a completely different version of myself. And quite frankly, I don't look the same. Now, mind y'all, I don't have surgery. Please chill with all that. And this is no shade to the girls who get plastic surgery. Baby, it's your body. Do what you want to do. me tell ya. But for me, I look entirely different. And I like that. That is from ego death. It's from shadow work. It's from glamour magic, which, by the way, for any of my spiritual girlies, I would love to do more of a deep dive on those three counterparts, because I do think that it's a requirement if you want to grow and develop, especially from within, right? You can change your job, you can change your situation, you can change your car, you can change your style, but you have to start from the inside. You have to build yourself on the inside. If you want to create a home that's beautiful on the outside, you have to start with the interior design, which occurs on the inside of the house. So think of yourself as a house, babes. How would you design yourself? What would it look like? That's where the true growth begins. And you have to let yourself undergo an ego death. And I think for women, that's very hard, because we like to have this sense of perception about ourselves. We like to see ourselves in a certain light, and that's fine. But at some point, you have to look back at the poor decisions you've made, the poor behaviors you engaged in, the people that you kept around you, and you have to ask yourself, why did I put myself into these situations? Why was I around these people? And if you do more digging, it comes down to the fact that we all just want love. If you want to be loved, well, you have to learn to love yourself, and you have to deem yourself worthy of that love. And what makes me sad is that we as humans sometimes don't think that we deserve love because of what we've been through, because of the trials and tribulations that we've undergone. But it doesn't make you less worthy of love. It doesn't make you less lovable. You just had to do what you thought you had to do, because there were times where we didn't know any better as women. And so we would give ourselves out freely to people that we thought cared, valued, and respected us. But again, if you go back to the layers, it's because we didn't value, love, and respect ourselves. I've been allowing myself to grieve. I've been allowing myself to mourn the old version of myself. And sometimes I get really hard on myself, where I go, Camille, why did you allow this? Why did you allow this person to talk to you that way? Why did you allow this person to speak to you that way? Why did you allow this person to treat you this way? If you say you have standards, you would speak up for yourself and say, look, you can't say that to me. You can't treat me this way, because I don't treat myself that way. That's the beauty of growth. That's the beauty of accumulating wisdom. And that's the beauty of learning things the first time. I don't want to be that person who has to learn things repetitively, right? Because you doing the same thing over and over again, or repeating the same cycles, that's insanity. That is crazy. I'm just having a moment where I want to undergo this ego death to further transform myself. And also, it's one thing to do all that, right? It's one thing to gather all that information, but it's another thing to do nothing with it. So now that I have all of this knowledge and wisdom and things that I've deprogrammed from, right? What can I do with this information? Who can I share the wisdom with? I look around. Oh, wait, that's y'all. Welcome. If you see this video, first of all, thank you for being here. Thank you for watching. And I hope that you continue to stay with me as I develop on my journey and I share more insights and wisdoms with you. I know that I do a lot of commentary on my channel where I provide a lot of voiceovers, but I was having a conversation with a good friend of mine. She's this very successful businesswoman, and she said, Camille, you're on YouTube. Why not show your face, right? It's one thing to do voiceovers and share stories and wisdoms, but why not just get on camera and speak to people? And I thought, you know what? You have a point, because what's stopping me? What am I so afraid of? I think I look good. If you are someone who's offended by a woman saying that she looks good, you have some work to do. I'm gonna leave that with you. Why not get on camera? So this is me facing my fear of being seen in a limelight that in a way seems unfamiliar, but it's necessary for me to do. So hopefully this video gives you the courage to just show up on camera and start talking. And hey, you never know where these opportunities could lead to. I want to be one of those girls who goes on like a brand trip, you know what I'm saying? Who gets flown out to go on brand trips, to speak on conferences. So maybe this will help heighten and accentuate my skill set in that. If you see this video, please subscribe. I really want to get to 500. And actually, no, let me take that back. I want to go even higher with my subscriber count. So let's surpass 500. Let's do that. Like, comment, subscribe, and leave a comment in terms of what you want to see from me. Do you want to see vlogs? Do you want me to do deep dives? Do you want me to cover anything that's about spirituality, or just having a face-to-face conversation like this, whether you're going for walks, whether you're walking the dog, whether you're going for your little hot girl walk, nature walk was good. Let me know and I will provide. Thank you so much for listening, and I hope that this video resonates with you and that you take some piece of wisdom for yourself and use it to help you propel and ascend further in life, because that's what we're here to do. It's all about doing the work that's the toughest. And I find that the work that is toughest for us to do, there comes a reward with that. And it's scary, it's uncomfortable, it's going to be painful, but it's necessary. So I hope that helps. But yes, like, comment, subscribe, and let's see what we can do. I gotta go. Bye.